It started as a joke, a photo posted to a forum for a contest. A tall, faceless figure standing in the background, just watching. There was nothing really scary about it, not even anything very real about it. But a few years later, a group of girls went into the woods, and one of them came back changed forever. And the others said they did it for him, for Slenderman. Welcome back to Nomad's Rest Stop. I'm Mrs. Nomad, and this is where your quick stops usually end up going a little bit deeper. Now today we're diving back into internet urban legends, and I've picked probably the most infamous internet urban legend I could have. Back in 2009, the internet looked very different. Forums were king, and they were where stories and urban legends were born. Now, one of these forums was Something Awful, and they were holding a contest, a Photoshop contest. Now, the objective of this was to take an ordinary photo and make it look paranormal. That's when Eric Knutson, under the username of Victor Surge, posted 2 images. Black and white, grainy, kids playing outside in what looked like a normal day. Except in the background, there was something off. Something a little too tall, faceless, and wearing a suit. Underneath these photos, he didn't add descriptions. He chose to add stories, disappearances, unexplained events. Now these had just enough detail to make you stop and look twice. It wasn't meant to be real. It was just meant to be unsettling, and unsettling enough to win a contest. However, something about this wasn't easily forgotten, and it truly stuck. Slenderman wasn't the first monster, but he was built differently. No origin, no explanation. Just left up to the internet's imagination. A face with no features, a body that moves, just slightly wrong. And the worst part is, he doesn't chase you. He doesn't need to. He's just there, somewhere in the background. And the idea that someone could be in the background, just watching, that's what sticks. Because this doesn't just feel like a story. It feels like something you could be missing, especially if you look away at the wrong time. And what started as a simple image didn't stay there. Slenderman spread across forums, the internet, and became characters in games, a figure in movies, and the story started to blur the lines between fiction and reality. Because when people start believing in a story so much, it stops being a story. And unfortunately, this is where things can go too far. On May 31st, 2014, 3 girls are finishing a birthday sleepover, all of them just 12 years old. It was supposed to be a normal morning, laughing, breakfast, finishing up their night of fun. At some point, 2 of the girls offer to go to a nearby park. Nothing unusual, just one more thing to do before their day ends. They walk together into the wooded area of the park. And they suggest playing a game, hide and seek. The kind of game kids don't think twice about playing. They encouraged her to lay down in a patch of leaves, to be still and quiet and wait. And for a moment, it was quiet until everything changed. What happened next wasn't a game. It was real. With a knife, they stabbed her 19 times and then left, thinking she was gone. But somehow, miraculously, she survived. She managed to crawl out of the woods and to the nearby road, where a bicyclist found her and was able to call for help. When the other 2 girls were questioned, They said they did it to prove something, to show loyalty to Slenderman, a fictional character that they believed in enough to commit a real crime and to almost take somebody's life. Slenderman didn't come from history. His legend wasn't passed down from generation to generation. Unfortunately, he's an internet urban legend that came from a Photoshop contest that became a nightmare for one girl. Sometimes we don't need to be scared about the monsters in the woods, but those who may believe in them so much to take it too far. Thank you so much for stopping in with me today. Now, if you agree, disagree, put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also comment if there's anything else you'd like me to stop by and do a little deep dive on. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.